This is from Biafra's Got Talent. We are letting Biafrans know the reason why we should remember those who gave their lives for us, those who died that we may live. This is from Biafra's Got Talent. We are letting Biafrans know the reason why we should remember those who gave their lives for us, those who died that we may live.
You died to end my suffering. You died fighting for my freedom. Your blood is the seed of redemption. You are my inspiration.
The deed no wrong, but them military shots at them. 67 to 70, we remember them. 2016, 38 May, memory still lives in our mind till today. Wonder why they refuse to publicize the genocide. The world media turn blind eyes to our plight. It's time to arise, land of the rising sun. Let's rise one more time, let's rise.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes, those who gave their life for us. Onitsha massacre, Ipocha massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Tell them I battled me, oh. Remember when me tell you say I battled me, oh. Yeah, I remember that one that called us a Bruce Mero. But the way you go like a Papa Nuku. But them they were Boniro. Me tell you what I look pandi, what pandi Samiro. Me tell you what I day. For me the fella, the rest of man I tell you what I do. Me know that you come to tell them
heroes, I want to promise you something today. We must fight together, no retreat and no surrender. We must hold them down till the end of time. The most important thing is that we will restore Biafra. May your soul rest in peace.
And I look up to the sky with tears in my eyes. For other Biafrans and for freedom had to die. We will never forget you as the days go by. You are always in my heart, we'll never be apart. They fought for our freedom, they died for our freedom. They fought the Nigerian soldiers in the war front, without food, without guns, for our freedom, for our life, for our own good, for our children. We love them, our heroes, we want them.
My heart bleeds when I saw them slain. Where will I be now if not then? They will remain indelible in my heart forever, 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 and ever, and ever, and ever.
We serve in your plantation, and the way you paid us back with your bloody starvation. We play in our history that the death of my people is a mystery. No going back to get to a victory. I had a voice now call for vengeance. I never get bomb, I'ma blow like a vengeance.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes, those who gave their life for us. Onitsha massacre, Ipocha massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Where will I be now? If not you, you died at Mali.
They were starved to death because of our freedom, and they paid the debt for our freedom. Flag high for those that died in the genocide, fighting for you and I. There is pain in the heart, we bleeding inside, tears in the eyes, so I'm falling here.
This is for my fallen heroes. Keep them on the patient people. It's like I'm looking at myself in the mirror. Cause we to be a cast, I need to be a nurse. If we did not retire,
They paid the ultimate price. They died for me, for the freedom of my unborn child. We live for the legacy.
Yo, we will never forget
March on, cause we are more than conquerors. Yeah, you know what it is.
I'm looking at myself in
We
the
must
mirror.
revenge, and we must stand to represent who we are.
Akarịrị m ihe mbe na-eme mbe si ma achọrọ ofu ukwu ehi ma nke ọzọ mụ achọrọ ehi niile ma ụkwụ ya ma aka ya ma isi ya ma olu ya anyị ga-adọbiri wee pụọ na nke onwe anyị tighata azụ etu anyị nọ tupu ndị ọcha wee bịa ebe a nwa aha obodo ebe a nwe ndị mmadụ n'ime tupu nwa bekee si ebe o si hapụ obodo ya ọ bịa ebe a ọkpọrọ onye nke ọkpọrọ okeke ọkpọrọ okafọ dakata anyị isi ọ sị n'ụbọchị nke taa na anya aha anyị wuzi Naijiria anyị na-aza aha na-enweghị omimi n'ime ya ihe ngwa gị gbasị biko kọwara m ihe Naijiria pụtara enwepụghị kọwara m ọmụa ga-aza aha osimiri ka osimiri ga-aza aha mụnwa n'ihi ihe anyị na-ekwuwu na ebe a rụgidere ụlọ anọ ọ jọgburu onwe ya ọ dịghị mma Naijiria agaghị emekọtanwu ihe ọzọ ihe ọjọọ emego n'obodo a arụ emego egbugo ndị be anyị aka na-egbukwa anyị ndị Fulani wee chere na mabata be anyị ka na-egbukwa ndị be anyị ruo ụtụtụ echi a na-asị m na ọ ga-adị mma oge ọ na-ekwekwu ka nwee mmekọrịta ọgwụ nke ndị nụkọ nke ndị ụmụnne ha egosighị anyị ọtụtụ mgbe na ha kpọrọ anyị asị onye ajụrụ ajụ na-ajụ onwe ya ha jụrụ anyị aja ama njụ onwe anyị agbanyeghị na anyị nwe ngwa ahịa n'ugwu Awụsa agbanyeghị na anyị na-azụ ahịa ebe niile dị iche iche na-eme nke ọma kama onye gara ndụ kpakụ onye ire rie niile ọ ndụ bụ isi ka anyị na-ekwu okwu ya ka echeghata azụ ebe a ruo obodo anyị ka o wee maa mma wee karịa obodo ndị ọcha na mma ọhịa anyị na-arịọ nwekwe na ugwu nwee nkwanye ugwu n'ime onwe anyị ọnwa anyị pụọ n'iro a na-etigbu anyị pụọ n'iro okwu okwu asị ọ bụ gịnị ma anyị ji wee ekwu okwu ọnwụ ihe ndị a ka anyị si na anyị agaghị anabatakwa ya ọzọ
akụkọ a kọrọ anyị bụ na ọkụkọ na ewu agaghị nzukọ ụmụ anụmanụ a na-emezi mgbe ọbụla a chọrọ ịchụ aja ejiri ọkụkọ maọbụ ewu chụ aja mgbe ọbụla a chọrọ ime ka Naijiria dị n'otu onwe ha na-eto esi wee kpam akpụrụ ndị Igbo ọ pụtara na anyị bụ ọkụkọ maọbụ ewu ka ọ pụtara na anyị agaghị nzukọ mere ya bụ ihe eji eme anyị bụ ndị Igbo ụdị na ọbara ndị Igbo ahụ kpafu n'obodo Naijiria agaghị
ọ bụ site na akpọmasị ihe na-eme anyị dị ka ihe mere ndị ji oge mgbe gara aga etu akụ ka mba niile dị iche iche ji kpọọ ụmụ Izrel asị a na-egbu ha a na-egbu ha afọ niile aka na-egbu ha o wee ruo oge ugbu anyị asị na ogbugbu a na-egbu anyị na ọ dịghị anyị mma ọ ka mma na onwe ihe ekegbu anyị wu nwere onwe njem a nke anyị na-aga kama na na-esi etete n'ụtụtụ asị na onwe onye gburu ebe a onwe ha na-ekwu okwu odo na onye onwe onye n'aka ụkọchukwu n'ugwu Awụsa ebepụ isi ọnwụghị ofu ugboro ọnwụghị ugboro abụọ ọnwụghị ugboro atọ ọnwụghị ugboro anọ ọ bụ ruo ole mgbe ka a ga-egbugide anyị wee rue anyị asị mba na anyị ga-aga ka anyị nwee ike wee nwere onwe anyị ọ ka mma na anyị nwụrụ ebe anyị na-azọ nwere onwe tụbụ na anyị nọ n'ụlọ etu a mmadụ bụ mabata n'ime ụlọ mbịa gbupụ m isi a sị na-achọghị ụdị nka ọ wụghị anyị maka a ga-eji wee chụọ àjà ọzọ
onye si na agata anya ahụhụ ma ọ bụ na anyị ife arụsị anyị wee na-efe arụsị iwe were iwe gị na ọmụma gị wee bịa leta anyị ụmụ anyị wee na-anwụsị ụfọdụ nọ n'ụzọ ije ha anaghị alọta ụlọ ọzọ nne na nna wee na-ata ahụhụ wee na-ata ikikere eze nwaanyị konye ka ọ gaa ubi ga arụ ọrụ Fulani chiri ehi bata ebe ala gị n'iyi okwu ebepụ ya isi anyị bụ ka anyị kpọpụ onye nwe anyị n'ugwu Awụsa ahụ ejide anyị wee gbuo onye si na agata anya ahụhụ onye si na agata anya ahụhụ ma ọ bụ na anyị ife arụsị anyị wee na-efe arụsị iwe were iwe gị na ọmụma gị wee bịa leta onye si na agata anya ahụhụ ma ọ bụ na anyị ife arụsị anyị wee na-efe arụsị iwe were iwe gị na ọmụma gị wee bịa leta anyị ụmụ anyị wee na-anwụsị ụfọdụ nọ n'ụzọ ije ha anaghị alọta ụlọ ọzọ nne na nna wee na-ata ahụhụ wee na-ata ikikere eze nwaanyị konye ka ọ gaa ubi ga arụ ọrụ Fulani chiri ehi bata ebe ala gị n'iyi okwu ebepụ ya isi anyị bụ ka anyị kpọpụ onye nwe anyị n'ugwu Awụsa ahụ ejide anyị wee gbuo ihe ọ bụla anyị mara aka n'ime ha si maka ha aga n'ihu elekwa ọdụ ụgbọ mmiri n'igwe ọcha bụ ememiri ọhịa nke dị na Kalaba otu aka ahụ anyị na-ala nsọ ebe Biafra bụ ndị kọstọm sokwenye anyị n'etiti anyị anọghị n'ime mmiri kama kọstọm juru ebe niile ha wee na-ata anyị ahụhụ anyị kwuo sịpụta anyị ka kpọchie anyị kwuo ekwa sịpụta anyị ka gbagbuo anyị onye nwe anyị na Chineke na nke bi n'igwe ọ bụ ụzọ dị anya ka isi na-ebu ndị iro anyị n'anya wee karịa ndị nke gị akwa anyị bụ ụmụ Chineke akwa ọba aha anyị ka anyị na-aza akwa ọba anyị nwe na-aza ike Chukwu akwa ọba anyị nwe na-aza amara Chineke akwa ọba anyị nwe na-aza Chisom akwa ọba anyị nwe na-aza Chizọba nna nke dị nsọ onye ime eluigwe dịka otu onye iro dị na anyị bụ ụmụ gị bịa ka iwe zọpụta anyị bịa ka iwe napụta anyị n'aka ọjọọ ihe bịa ka iwe lụọrọ anyị ọgụ bịa ka iwe dịtụ ozu ọgbọgọwa mgbe emilere Goliath Chineke nna nke igwe ruo ememiri Fero site otu a mee ka Fero ka ọ guzo n'ihu ụmụ ndị anyị ga-ebite onwe eji akọpụ ikiri ọtọ ọsọ ị ga na-edu anyị n'ụzọ niile nke ezi omume ọ bụla adịghị na anyị na-aga ndagwurugwu onyinye ọnwụ ọ bụ nwa bụ ekekere n'igwe n'ụwa nwunye ọbụla kere gị n'oge malite n'oge ọgwụgwụ kama anyị onwe anyị gwa anọkwa ahụ ofu ụbọchị anyị ga-anwụ n'ezie kama ma akpọ na okwu gị na-anọgide ego mgbe ebighị ebi ọ bụ ya mere anyị ji were gị n'anya isi anyị wee na-asị nna nke dị nsọ bịa ka iwe gosi anyị Biafra na ndụ ma abụghị n'ọnwụ bịa ka iwe mee ka ebe gị na amara gị wee kpuchiri anyị ka uwe bịa ka iwe zọpụta ndị nke gị bịa ka iwe mee ka Biafra wee bịa ka anyị na-ewetụta na nsọpụrụ na ịja mma site n'aha gị ma egbuchi oke abịa ma
If we want to teach the Biafra story in schools, I tell you, one of the reasons he stopped teaching history was that they couldn't tell our war story. And now they can't tell the Biafra story. And we cannot tell the story of the coups properly. Now, a country with so many secrets that it cannot divulge, cannot write history. It is wrong to talk about ignoring the Biafra story. All the injustices and the oppression that led to Biafra are still very much present and with us. You can't escape Biafra. And in fact, the reason we do need to continuously exhume the ghost of Biafra is that the ethnic principles on the basis of which we had to go to war are all pervasive in the Nigerian society of today. And our leaders do not appear to know what to do about them. It starts from the wrong premises. Some want to eliminate ethnic groups. It is not possible to eliminate ethnic groups. That old statement by Amadou Bello, in reply to Zik said, let's forget our differences. Amadou Bello said, no, let's understand them. When you do understand them, you will discover that it is possible for those who are supposedly radically opposed to themselves today, it is possible for them to sit at the same table and discuss virtually every problem.
I'm going to have you. When you don't have the money that company said, because you are like that, please. You can dance anytime. You can dance anytime. Very, very, very. And no sentiment. You die, don't die, no sentiment. That's your advice to Nigeria youth. Nigeria youth run away from army. Or that, you go to your army. Go join Nigeria army. Join Nigeria army. I'm not going to join you. Why? Because then when you said they regret. Then when they join, they regret you now. How will you join? But people they regret. Sometimes say, you know what you say, now you protect the content to pay the problem. You can't solve the money. You can't go to the company. When you say react again, they answer the man. I don't think join force. As the country like this, I don't think join force.
So you went from the south, they will not recognize you. They will put you for where we be saying you're not going to take you, carry go Sambisa forest. They go there, then they send the northerners from the north here to the south. Then they escort our bashes, our oil, they live large. Then our south children, they go Sambisa forest, they face war. So that's why you see our people here don't get that experience. Say, they know they value for the military, they try to show the military.
All right, thank you. Initial Garaga, no be that one they work. The feel you go finish. Now what is the plan? Ask some of you when you go finish, like the matter. When you go finish, come back. You know what is alive, nothing. Then you don't go finish, suffer finish, go try to do yourself, come back. But I mean, I'm not doing anything lately.
Increase your salary to 500,000, you go join the gear.
You increase your salary. Increase your salary, not say this government, don't say that, not be one government. Government is change at any time. You understand? Oh, as I like this, I don't feel guy for your father. See, apart from that, anything you see, no.
Thank you. Even if the form is free, with some money added to it, I won't join. God forbid.
To me, they are using the force. But after that, this is the force. So for me, even for my children will not join any force in Nigeria because they are corrupt. If you get opportunities that to join Nigeria, I won't join. But I said my own. When they come out for they will send them to go and die. People from the southeast and people they are facing those problems. Yes. Yes, because of problems. Because you will not bring your you will not be border. And they are seeing them, and they are carrying the arms, and they are shooting. You will not tell them, say,
The contract, this will not join you. So no.
Everybody at the best for the government. The government said, listen, boys, we will release some of the best of them. But they didn't help matters, they only put themselves and their pockets. So nobody will almost have the country because they will the best for the country.
So if you be young man now, you get opportunity to say, this form na fair food, you don't join the jihad, you go join the jihad.
For you, people are not going to join because this is what they're working on and they're satisfied where they're working on.
Which message was sent to Nigeria youth now when they can't join the jihad?
Me, I talk about myself for me, I don't believe it. But me, I got myself, so the people cannot be family.
Like they go join the jihad.
You want to go to there? They want to
training camp.
training camp.
No wahala. Training jihad.
You know, so they say initial garaga, don't be that one they work. They feel give you everything free, you go finish. Now wait till the plan, ask some of it where you go finish, might be the matter. When you go finish, come back. You know what see salary, nothing. Then you don't go finish, summer finish, you go try finish, you see yourself, come back. I mean, I'm not doing anything. They increase your salary to 500,000, you go join the jihad. You increase your salary. You know, say this government, you don't be saying that, not be one government. Government will change at any time. You understand? So, as I like this, I don't feel I'm guy for your father now. See, apart from that, anything you see, no. Thank you.
Exactly. I love that. You know, when Nigeria did somehow, when they use what I see in this Nigeria is tribalism. These people will tell you say that they get Nigeria. When these people say that they get Nigeria, what about the other people? How many of them they get Nigeria? That's one thing. Okay, let us show now. Before, there's time when I'm wanted that.
That is why I say you wanted to quote him out of context.
No, I wanted to state what I feel is right from my own response.
I put it to you, yes, my friend, you never quoted Obasanjo correctly.
I quoted it correctly. If you can identify any word I inserted there that did not come from the book, please, my Lord, do that.
Look at page 11.
Yes, my Lord.
Paragraph 6.2.
Yes, my Lord.
Can you read it aloud?
6.2 reads. They want us to believe
that 6.2a.
Better. The 5 methods involved in organizing and execution of the coup were all equal.
Yes.
Majors Anupora, Kuka, Okapo, Ademoyega,
Ademoga is from the description.
Is he Igbo?
Yes.
He is Igbo.
Please, let me clarify this. Please silence.
Please silence.
Colonel, what this one was,
Colonel,
yes, my lord.
don't mind who put who. You signed it.
Yes.
You are a colonel.
Yes, my lord.
You have read 5 names of military officers.
Yes, my lord.
Did you know them?
Personally, you mean?
As a human being, do you know them in the army?
No.
You know them?
No.
You've never met them?
No.
Have you ever heard about them?
Yes.
You heard about those 5?
Yes.
Was presumed Igbo. Thank you. Please silence.
Please. Please, silence. Please. Please.
Colonel,
Yes, my lord.
could you tell the panel
Yes, my lord.
why Ademoyega,
Yes, sir.
a Yoruba man, should be presumed Igbo?
Well, my lord, I believe when this paper was authored, the list of the names that came in, would you believe that they were all the what? The list that were enumerated on the belief
And they were Igbos. Because Igbos were people, those who were writing it operated in group.
Can you repeat that question, please?
Any name that those who were writing an exhibit,
Yes.
any name that sounded Igbo, you have to put them because
It must not be those people who either Igbos or answer Igbo names, but they are not Igbos. There must be the planners of Igbo. Is that correct?
It's not everybody, other people's name that they reflect.
Why then did you presume Ademoyega as Igbo? Any reason? Do you know he took part in the coup?
Yes.
And because he took part in the coup, he must be Igbo.
No. No. It's not, because here it has been stated here that other people took part in this coup who are not Igbos.
Do you agree?
We are talking of the leaders of the coup.
Do you agree that there were other people who took part in the January 15th coup who were not Igbos?
There could be, I have not read that.
Do you say so? Yeah.
There could be other people who took part who are not Igbos. No. And it does happen.
See, you haven't answered that.
Yes, my lord.
Why did you think Ademoyega must be Igbo? Any answer?
We did not, let me say here. Ademoyega's name appeared as one of the 5 majors who planned the coup.
And therefore, he must be an Igbo.
Not necessary.
Why?
Not necessary.
Why? That is why I say you wanted to quote him out of context.
No, I wanted to state what I feel is right from my own response.
I put it to you,
yes, madam,
that you never quoted Obasanjo correctly.
I quoted it correctly. If you can identify any word I inserted there that did not come from the book, please, my lord, do that.
Look at page 11.
Yes, my lord.
Paragraph 6.2.
Yes, my lord.
Can you read it aloud?
6.2 reads. They want us to believe.
No. 6.2a.
Better. The 5 majors involved in organizing and execution of the coup were all Igbos.
Yes.
Majors Anufora, Chukwuka, Okafor, Ademoyega, and Ifeanyi.
Ademoyega, is he Igbo?
Ademoyega is from the description.
Is he Igbo?
Yes,
he is Igbo.
Please, let me clarify this.
Please silence. Please silence.
When this one was
Colonel,
yes, my lord.
Don't mind who put who. You signed it.
Yes.
You are a colonel.
Yes, my lord.
You have read Show him. Show him exhibit 9. Have you see exhibit 9?
Yes, sir.
It was written by Adewale Ademoye. Was it the same person you put in your exhibit? Do you know?
I believe so, man.
You think so? Have you read that book?
No, I did not read this one.
Never read it. The reason why you put him as Igbo,
yes, my lord,
is to enable you to attribute the entire fault,
yes,
to Igbo people. Is that correct?
No, my lord.
Why did you put him as Igbo?
The name Ademoyega as compiled in this was presumed
Igbo. Thank you. Please silence.
Please, silence. Please.
Colonel,
yes, my lord.
Could you tell the panel,
yes, my lord,
why Ademoyega,
yes, sir,
a Yoruba man, should be presumed Igbo?
Well, my lord, I believe when this paper was authored, the list of the names that came in, would you believe that they were all the what? The lists that were enumerated only believe
that they were Igbos. Because Igbos were people, those who were writing it operated in coup.
Can you repeat that question, please?
Any name that those who were writing your exhibit,
yes,
any name that sounded Igbo, you have to put them because it must not be those people who either Igbos or answer Igbo names, but they are not Igbos. There must be the planners of Igbo. Is that correct?
It's not everybody, other people's name would have been reflected.
Why then did you presume Ademoyega as Igbo? Have any reason? Do you know he took part in the coup?
Yes.
And because he took part in the coup, he must be Igbo.
No. It's not, because here it has been stated here that other people took part in this coup who are not Igbos.
Do you agree?
We are talking of the leader of the coup.
Do you agree that there were other people who took part in the January 15th coup who were not Igbos?
There could be, I have not read that.
Do you say so? Yeah.
There could be other people who took part who are not Igbos. No. And it does happen.
See, you haven't answered that.
Yes, my lord.
Why did you think Ademoyega must be Igbo? Any answer?
We did not, let me say here. Ademoyega's name appeared as one of the 5 majors who planned the coup.
And therefore, he must be an Igbo.
Not necessary.
Why?
Not necessary.
Why? Because it's an Igbo coup.
Yes, 90% of officers who planned and executed the coup are Igbos. And therefore, it's assumed, it's straightforward and Igbo coup. I'll give you an instance. In the military, if I decide to plan a coup, most of the people that will be brought into that will be my own confidence.
Good. And they must come from your own own area.
And in this case, mostly, I'll give you instances. The coup that executed the Rabata, if you remember, most of those people who are involved came from what geographical zone called North Central today, because they have confidence in their own people. Likewise, when Oka and Storm, if you find out most of the people that were involved that came from Oka was the only one that came from Benue. All others came from Delta and surrounding, because the Mukoro was the one that masterminded that and Yan. And therefore, they are confident and they are either traveled or closest people. So it does happen that in every group, you always confide in the people closest to you. And therefore, most, like in Nigeria most especially, it's those people that come from your own tribe or the nearest to your tribe.
What rank do you have in the army by January? You are not in the army. You were not in a position to say,
I said, Oka, and Mama Bata School.
so each of those schools.
Yes, man.
Where is Oka from?
Oka is from Benue.
So all
I told you, the one in Oka's case was planned by Colonel Nyan, who is still at large today. The people, Oka was just brought.
put Buhari at the head of state.
Yes.
As Hausa coup.
Of course not. Why not? And this is my reason here. This is my reason here. This is my reason here. In that group, I ask another one. Yes, I ask another one. Yeah, no, let me clarify this. I'll keep asking you questions. You have asked to clarify. Okay. Buhari. I did not personally attributed that some of those things to that book. All right. Yes, my lord. Look at your page 11. Yes, I'm on page 11, my lord. 6-2B. 6-2B. The officer used in Kaduna to kill the Sedona was an Igbo. Yes. Is that the same man you have read about? It's the same man I have learned about through their, yes. You know that is the captain is able. But do you know, I'm a man, that there is a captain in Zeku? I don't know. Do you know you lied here when you say it was in Zeku that gives a grant? I did not lie. It is a lie. Look at the point. Look at what you wrote if you say you know. It was not the Zeku that kills a grant. I put it to you. From the evidence we have, it was him. This your document is false. What you can prove that?
Based on factual anecdote that my leader, Chivayo Adebanjo, has shared with a few of us, and has actually shared in a meeting we had with Ohaneze some time back. And it was of a campaign rally that Chief Obafemi Awolowo went for in Aba. Yeah, it was in Aba, and I believe it was in 1957 or thereabout. We went there for an election campaign. And when they got back to their base, as was usual with Chief Obafemi Awolowo, they had to do a post-mortem of the day's event. And Papa told them that, see these Igbo people, we have no choice, we have to work with them, because if we don't work with them, we will end up commonly enslaved. And he removed his cap, the first cap that Baba used to wear, and he showed them a bloodied part of his head. He was stoned at the rally in Aba. But many people didn't realize that that the stone hit him at all, but he was partially protected. Whilst he was busy rubbing his wound, he was telling his lieutenants that you have to work with the Igbo or will be commonly enslaved. This was the basis of engagement at all points in time, because we understand very clearly that the handshake across the Niger is not just empty talk. It is something that must happen if Nigeria is to ever become the dream of its founders, which was that nobody should be enslaved by any party, and all of us should be able to develop at our own pace based on true federalism. When we work at cross purpose with each other, we have been mutual losers. So that so people are talking Ohani Ferry. Yeah, there is indeed an Ohani Ferry, and it is about finding ways to work better together.
The character of the democracy of the community changes. There is hardly anything you can do. They will take over from you. It is not a matter of time. No matter the struggle, you can be strategize and give them the portion. But you say they are going to receive. It's a waste of time. And I'm an advocate of this thing. And because I know, yeah, I went to school with them. I know their capability. I know their tendencies. I know their unity of purpose more than us. I know their focus. And I know they can defeat us if we are not careful. And I'm very sure. I don't have any doubt at all. What I can say, where they are the dominant, let us speak for them. You cannot defeat them if you allow them. They are a lot more aggressive than us. I just saw some cows disturbing them. If they attack you, you are gone. Don't push them to the wall because they are not like us. They are all upbringing. It's fight or finish. They've gone through it before. So don't put them to the wall. Biafra had a military-industrial complex. They had no money. They were fighting Nigeria at the time from 67 to 1970. They made their bombs. They made their propelled grenade. They had their tanks. They had what's that again? Now they had all of that. When the war ended, this was dismantled. I was a kid. I went to the vice president of Nigeria, Vice Admiral. I said, "Why did you disband the military?" Because of the damage caused by Nigerian forces because they felt Biafra would rise one day. We are the cause of our problem. We had the revolt. We are the cause of our problem. Biafra had a military-industrial complex and it was developed out of necessity. If you look at nations of the world, and nations that have a powerful military-industrial complex, most of these nations developed their military out of necessity. Israel, after the state was set up after the Second World War in 1947, I think, they felt encircled by the Arabs and they felt they needed a military-industrial complex to survive as a nation. South Africa, they felt encircled and they needed to fight and protect the white minority government in South Africa. So they had to develop a military-industrial complex. Rich people like us, who enjoy buying weapons abroad, do not feel the need to spend money on research and development on the military. But we pay the ultimate price. We pay the ultimate price. You won't pay attention. Biafra will rise again. We pay the ultimate price. We must spend money on research and development. The brightest, smartest engineers, professors,
live abroad, developing weapons for other nations of the world. The technology exists. It is not rocket science. The scientists who are Nigerians exist. To put this together is not very expensive. There is no need for Nigeria. There is no need for Nigeria to buy bullets. We can make bullets. There is no need for Nigeria to buy AK-47. We can make it. There is no need for Nigeria to buy grenades. We can make it. There is no need for Nigeria to buy drones. We can make it. There is no need for Nigeria to import cars. We can make it. The military-industrial complex, well-funded, developed by Nigerians for Nigerians, will guarantee we will fight the war against these insurgents for next to nothing because it will provide jobs. We have the technological base, it already exists. We can export our equipment.
What I'm requiring is the removal of the removal of person in section 24 of the Constitution, section 262, section 277, and section 288, so that other relevant laws like the public, the commercial law, Islamic commercial law, the Islamic company law, the Islamic international law can have a place in the Constitution.
Okay, so that's a background because remember that bill that was moved on the floor of the House of Representatives on the expansion of certain provisions of Islamic laws, and then there was a lot of outcry in different parts of the country, and so many not understanding what is going on here. And then, who knows, Mr. Kanu allow me, then his narratives, what he has spoken about some time ago, many trying to see if they could connect the dots. But let's listen to this one before we come back to him.
If a fish is going to get spoiled, it's going to start getting spoiled from the head. The DSS will not do anything except the commander-in-chief's body language shows that this is the direction I want to go. That is where the problem is. The DSS has tremendous information. By the time 2023 is here and somebody take over and wants to undo some of this evil that I've seen in this country, you'll be surprised names that the DSS will bring out. They have the information. There's what I'm going to say here that they don't have. The defense headquarters have the solution for the kinetic aspect. They do. I'm not going to come here to advise them. I work with them and they're still there. The chief of naval staff was in the intelligence with me. We were together in Defense Intelligence Agency. That's Vice Admiral Gambo. I know these people are good. They know what to do. It's not that they have problems. It has to do with politics. The sponsors, people that feel that this country should be Islamized. It's not about ransom. I just want to confirm to Mark that she is right. It's not about ransom. They just want to pass a message. We can come in. We can do what we need to do. And there are some hardliners in this government that are sponsoring this kind of narratives. They just want to show that they can Islamize this country. They think about Taliban. They think about the Mujahideens. And they want to replicate it in this country. And they don't care what happened. They simply don't care. As long as at the end of the day, there's Sharia and there is whatever thing they have in their head and they want to achieve. So these people that are sending messages are sponsored by Nigerians.
Well, he's here with us now. That was several years ago. Nnamdi, former Navy Commander, Professor of Global Security Studies, also Nigerian Defense Academy. Good morning and thank you for coming on today.
Thank you very much. After 3 years, we have seen it.
I know, sir. Several things must have been going through your mind when you saw all of those bills, the propositions, the narrative, the comments making the rounds only recently, even though 3 years after you made that comment. So tell us, what was going through your mind when you saw all of these things as though they were playing out what you had spoken of earlier?
I think that's basically confirmed my fears, When I was saying those things, a lot of colleagues didn't like what I was saying. Some people felt that I'm anti-Islam. My dear, I'm from a Muslim background because my grandmother married a Muslim man after the husband died, and all my cousins, all my sisters, grandchildren, they are Muslim. I come from a Muslim background. And I don't know, General Adamazal will attest to it that when I took him with the Minister of Defense, to Italy, they were my guests in Italy. And I took them to the largest mosque in Milan, and we prayed together in the mosque. And personally, I think I will tell you, I took him to Al-Aqsa Mosque in Israel to pray. And I have nothing against Israel. But you see, we are talking about identity and governance in this country. Identity and governance. It is so discouraging to know that at this century, we are still at this level of religious understanding. We are still at this level where I would say most of the things that we call religion, either Christianity, Islam, are basically some historical books that were plagiarized by most of the religions. I don't want to be specific. These are ancient historical books that were plagiarized, and people decide to use them to either enslave you, take over your land, and so on. And I'm really discouraged because at this level, Nigerians are so uneducated when it comes to religion. And the Arabs, the British, the Romans, they use religion actually to capture your state, to enslave you. If we look at most of religions, I don't want to be specific, they all practice slavery and also. So for us to be at this point where we're supposed to be talking about the hunger that is pervasive in Nigeria today, the inflation rate, the poverty, we are basically sitting in the hallowed chamber, and what we can discuss is that they want to remove personal from something, and that's what they are going there to do. When people are dying, people are committing suicide, families are collapsing, and they will sit down there and start talking about removing personal so that they can basically Islamize the country finally, because once you remove that personal, technically now Nigeria is Islamized.
All right, I want to be able to get the understanding of that, because the sections that were the places that we were looking for amendments to sections 24, 262, 277, and 288. And what I'm seeing here, Ali Musao, at the time when he suggested these changes in the 1999 Constitution, removing the word personal whenever it is mentioned from the section, allowing Islamic law to stand on its own. Explain to me the correlation between that and Islamizing the country, just so we can understand where you're coming from on this debate.
Yeah, where I'm coming from is very simple. We may think it's semantic, but it is not. Let's not just talk about issue of marriage, things that are personal, maybe inheritance, maybe divorce, But if you look at the antecedents, Sanfala started this by introducing something that is taking care of criminal laws. Okay? So now they want to extend it. Instead of them to actually discuss the 1999 Constitution, it is a fraud already. That Constitution is a fraud. Now what you are doing now, you want to start, advancing the interest of those religious groups to actually now confirm that Nigeria is an Islamic state. And let me tell you something that people don't know. This thing was caused by the British. Between 1900 and 1960, they knew that they cannot govern the North except they allowed them to practice their religion, and they were using their religious leader to basically govern them. It is called indirect rule. Immediately after independence, 1960, the British knew that they should have forged these two people together. They know. But because they want to achieve the divide and rule and to be able to conquer and take our resources and steal whatever they want to steal over the years, they merged these two people together. They could not govern the North and South under one religious or administration. They know. So they're not being independent and match you people to work together. That was why the 1960 coup started. That was how the Civil War started. Now, 86, Babangida came with OIC stuff, trying to Islamize us. It didn't work. In 2000, when 1999-2000, when Obasanjo came, he permitted them to start practicing Sharia. Today now, they want to consolidate it. Once you remove that person, all of us, whether you are outside Igbo, Yoruba, Jukun, the Christian, traditional, you are now under the law, the Islamic law, because it's in the Constitution.
Like listening to the member that was representing Ahoda East, Abu Anudua Federal Constituency, River State, I want to get his words. He said personal matters that was envisaged, he says, by the people who drafted this constitution. And I want to quote it. The implication is, if the word personal is removed, Islamic law would have broader implications. The word personal was put there for a reason. Let's talk a bit about this whole conversation about Islamizing the country with our population and our dynamics. You know, is it possible that someone can sneak this in at some point and force all of us under some sort of regulation that we do not ascribe to? Is it possible that this can happen in this country?
It is possible, and don't be deceived. It's going to happen. Do you know Constantinople? Today's Turkey. They were almost 98% Christian before now. Today, there is an Islamic country. I did Islam in my master's program, and I was trained by Professor Alijan. He's a Persian. He's an Iranian American. And I scored A. That's excellent in Islam. So I know them. It may take them 1,000 years to Islamize Nigeria. So they will take it slowly, gradually. They don't forget. All of us will be dead after some time. Our children that don't care, or this Gen Z will come. They will still Islamize this country. If they can do it in Turkey, today's Turkey, what stops you? Why do you think they won't do it here? Except we take steps now, because we are the ones that are talking about these things. Our next generation in 50 years will not even care. You understand? So I'm thinking that if some part of the country, I don't want to be specific, if they feel strongly about an ideology, a religious, but I think they can restrict it to their area. And I think maybe Tinubu should do well by developing this issue of regional autonomy where everybody should organize themselves, or at worst, let the country actually go apart, and you can do whatever you want in your area. I've come to that conclusion that I don't think we can stay together because of this very strong belief about religion. So it's either we stay together, or people should mind their religion and stay where they are and practice what they want. Imposing it on others is wrong. I study Islam, and I don't want to talk blasphemy here. If I start talking about Islam in the next 3 hours, we will not live here.
No, we don't want you to talk blasphemy either. Talking about our country, we are not a religious country, so to speak, on paper. We're a secular nation. What kinds of conversations should we be having with the Nigerian people, especially the younger generation, about how to ensure that we remain secular, where you can practice your religion in any part of the country that you live, without imposing your views or belief systems on any other person? What kind of conversations should we be having, and what should our lawmakers be thinking at the back of their minds? At least they've made the first step, which is dropping this bill and ensuring that it doesn't go through. But in subsequent conversations that you said will inevitably come up, what should we be doing as a people to ensure this doesn't happen?
I'm going to be extreme. For me, if you look at Sudan, or Gulf now, North Sudan, South Sudan, I think we should have Northern Nigeria and Southern. Then they can practice whatever they want. There's no dialogue because they will not stop. I've told you it will take 1,000 years. They will still do it. But if you let everybody go their way, maybe you have enough. They remain there and you have the sovereignty down south, then you can do what you want. But if you remain and you think you can talk to your Jersey and people that don't care about anything, it will happen. It took hundreds of years before Turkey, Constantinople, Istanbul was converted completely today. And if you look at history will tell you that you cannot assuage these people. Who owns those banks? I did a lot of research, and I want our audience to go and find out the owner of Taj Bank and the other bank. Then the picture will start getting clear to you. You have Jai's Bank and you have the Taj Bank. It is an open source information. Go on the internet, the board of directors, you will see the shareholders. I don't want to mention them on national television. Go and do your research. And you're beginning to understand, you begin to understand what I said, that people have been sponsoring terrorism because they want to Islamize Nigeria. Now Tinubu has come, and it's a little bit very hard on them. That section, the kinetic approach is failing. So they are now trying to bring it through the constitution, want to legalize it. If we cannot go through the bush and kill as many people and they are still resisting us, and this man has come and is fighting this is just killing all the fighters, then let us go to the house and bring it in through the back door. We just remove that clause, personal. They will not know, they will not pay attention. They will just, and that is it. They will still do this thing. Go and find out the owners of those banks. They are the ones sponsoring these narratives. And I always say it on television, go after the sponsors. Those guys speaking in the house, they are just paid to do that. And with time, they're going to bribe the remaining ones, and they will pass it. If not this year, it may be 10 years time. If it's not 10 years time, it may be 50 years, they are going to Islamize this country. But I think the solution, what you should discuss with people, people should try to understand we are not the same people. The North and South are not the same. The British understood. That's what they are doing in the and they deliberately march on so that we can continue to fight like this. And they can continue to take our resources away.
Speaking about the British, there are several theories out there in terms of all of this Chatham House moves and why our leaders always go to the West before elections. Do you think that the influence of the British about this particular matter and more is significant? Has it waned? Is it still growing? What should be done about it?
No, what the British did is just like what the Belgians, the other, like the French, it's the same method of giving you independence, but they know that you are not independent. Why do you go to Chatham House? Igbo recently wanted to talk about Yoruba nation. I saw him in Britain trying to give them letter. Why do we do that? It's because they have very strong influence. Don't be deceived. British are very soft. They're not like the French people. They're not like the Russians. Okay, they're not like the Chinese. very subtle, very clever. They are the one that is making this happen because it benefits them. You can't be Nigerian president if you don't get the blessing of the British.
What is their benefit though?
I mean, the British benefit?
Yeah.
It's economic. There's no other thing. It's just to be able to take your resources. Look at Zamfara. Look at all your gold and things that are mining every day. It's not going to the CBN coffers. It's going to individuals and the British and the Arabs also that are actually orchestrating some of this Islamic media scene. Jais Bank, this one back. They are external. They are sponsoring these narratives and they are benefiting by taking your resources away because they have some foolish Nigerians that they can use to help them to cut away your uranium, your gold, your silver, and so on. That's why all the time we never get leadership right. They are the one. And I don't want to talk too much, including the United States. You cannot be president in Nigeria if they don't actually give you their blessing, including France now. France is very strong. They have very strong influence on us now. How it happened, I don't really know about the line, but the French seems to be competing.
So wait, how are we dealing with all of this? If France is strong, that they have the influence on us now, what about the US and China? You know, former President Buhari we had a lot of loans from China. So all those countries have influences here.
Yeah, but it's a new scramble for Nigeria. Now they are trying to strategize. But I tell people, you know, I lecture. I'm a lecturer, and I said that, you know, governance is not a rocket science. You know, you need three indices. You know, the first one, you need somebody with an intellect. Okay. The second one, you need.
Okay, well, we lost your connection, Mr. Laumi there. And, well, I don't know if you can get that back, but clearly, you can all see and tell. I mean, there are several things that we can't see on national television according to the rules, but yes, his views clearly. Those are his own perspective.
So you reckon that if Ojukwu were alive today, you will be saying to Nnamdi Kanu, that's not the way to go.
Ojukwu may not say so to Nnamdi Kanu for the simple reason that Ojukwu and I believe every right thinking person should also take into consideration the fact that every citizen, every adult citizen is entitled to his or her own point of view. So that if Nnamdi Kanu believes that Biafra should be a separate country, that is a point of view.
But that would have been consistent with what Ojukwu believed and did in the late 60s.
The circumstances that referring to the situation at the time,
situation changed.
Yes. So when situations change, so people can shift ideologically. So that's the point, that what we're dealing with today is not so much about where Mr. A or Mr. B stands on these issues, but the right and freedom of people to agitate for whatever they want, so long as they do within the law. So it's not a question of where do I stand. Basically, it's a matter of what rights are we entitled to as citizens of Nigeria, and how are those rights protected under the law.
So you don't agree with the way Nnamdi Kanu is playing the politics of Biafra today, but you believe he has a right to his position, to hold his position. Is that correct?
That's the point of making that. You have the right to hold the view and to agitate for separation. Then I have the right to say, well, I think I need to look at this differently. It is what we need to do is to ensure at all times that we uphold individual rights and freedoms. That's the bottom line.
Okay. Now, this is relevant to this conversation. You said in 197. Let me read what you wrote here. President Buhari has his own issues with the Igbo. he becomes irritated when confronted with issues relating to Igbo marginalization of Biafra. I also have to read that immediately after that he did say that Buhari has a certain authenticity that can help to achieve genuine national reconciliation if he so desires. He then wrote after, in page 108, he said, a significant number of the Igbo diaspora do not believe that Nigeria is redeemable. They believe in Biafra and are funding the process that will lead to its realization. I believe that Nigeria is redeemable if we fight for its liberation from the clutches of agents of centralization. Okay, stay with me, sir. I was just curious. Okay, then you now wrote in page 200. One of the reasons Obasanjo becomes very irritated over the current Biafra agitation, aside of the Civil War victor mentality, is that he knows very well that it's sprouted on his watch. Okay, so you said Buhari gets agitated when it comes to the issue of Igbo. You said Obasanjo gets agitated when it comes to the issue of Biafra. Do you believe that Buhari and Obasanjo are agents of centralization? Is that your take on those leaders, that they push for a strong central government? Agents of centralization.
Agents of centralization are basically people who, by their training, military officers who get into government and they only understand command and control, and then their own idea, of Nigeria is a Nigeria that is controlled from the center, from Abuja. Okay, now that is the problem. Obasanjo, General Obasanjo, General Buhari, General Babangida, all the generals, who have, one time or the other been in office, and they all belong to that school of thought. They are basically they believe in centralization as a policy.
That's what you meant by agent of centralization.
Now, the point is this: Nigeria was founded. The way Nigeria was founded. The whole idea was to create a federal state. That was the vision of the founding fathers who laid the foundation for Nigeria. Now, the military guys, came in from Gowon, in Aguirre, Gowon, the military, forget about their ethnic background. Okay, now, so it is the inability of the military class to interpret their own vision, which is clearly a unitary vision. They have been unable to interpret it to Nigerians. That failure is, basically at the root of the confusion and crisis we face as a country. Yes. So my thesis is clear. So if we rescue Nigeria from the grip of these agents of centralization, Nigeria will be a better place. And so when people begin to interpret it, what restructuring means to them, whatever way you look at it, the overarching point, most important point, is that, we must return to the original vision, of federalism, upon which this country, was formed. What we have been experiencing is a distortion, and it's compounded by the inability of those who seek to distort it to even properly, interpret their own vision. They don't seem to even be clear, how their own idea of central command control system will work. They fail.
Thank you very much. It's been a nice time with you here. Reviewing your book, The Politics of Biafra and the Future of Nigeria. Thank you. Congratulations on your book.
Thank you, Kunle. Thank you very much.
Some time ago, while reviewing two books with Professor Wole Soyinka, we asked him what he thought about today's agitation for a separate state called Biafra. Here's how he responded.
I wrote an article, I remember at the time, during the war, and said, Biafra cannot be defeated. People misunderstood what I was saying. I'm saying that once an idea has taken hold, you cannot destroy that idea. You may destroy the people, the carriers of that idea on the battlefield. Yes, this is known. But ultimately, it's not the end of the story. Otherwise, the Scots would not have gone recently through a process of trying to detach themselves from old as that democracy is. And yet that was taking place in the United Kingdom. So let's not take this position of don't even talk it. Under my watch, this will never happen. Don't say things like that. Go into that environment and ask, what is it that we can do to make you content, make you happy, make you feel part of this entity? There's no need. These are the advantages of staying. Listen to some other Biafrans and ask them why they want to stay. This is what we are ready to push as the overall governance authority in this area. But don't go around saying the sovereignty of this nation is indivisible, it's not negotiable. All that kind of language, for me, it only makes matters worse.
I hope you have enjoyed today's show. As always, please send us your feedback through any of us.
And I tell you, since now Igbo people be the problem of Nigeria, no problem. We go wash all our dirty linen in the public. If other nations want to laugh at us, at least let them laugh and mock us using the right information. Look at your screen. Oga, look at your screen now. The United States government had actually released 6 names of Nigerians sponsoring terrorism in Nigeria. Oga, check out whether you go see any Igbo man name. Check out now whether you go see any Igbo name. You to say this list is filled with Igbo names. Social media for not cancel. Everybody for that they speak. Mandela Roche, Mama, Lois Kabash, everywhere. Everybody for that they Kabash. Not forgetting that last year, the Nigerian government also released 15 names of Nigerians sponsoring terrorism in Nigeria. And in any case, it will surprise me because other governments of the world, they release people when they sponsor terrorism. Nigerian government, as complicit as they are, they also release names. Because the company not go buy them. Make it not be said that they carry last, they understand now. But they release names. Check the names. Whether you go see any Igbo man names. Hey, Igbo is this. Hey, Igbo, we want to try to frame up the Igbo man to be the problem. Let's stop being hypocrites. Yesterday, I released names of people caught pushing powder in Saudi Arabia. No Igbo man named inside as well. We accuse them of every evil that is happening in Nigeria. They are human skull miners. They are so you are trying to tell me that the ritual mining, ritual kidnapping, and everything that is happening in Nigeria is only in the east. Abi? Na for all the Anambra, na for all the Abia, na for all the Enugu, na for all the Ebonyi. Now it's the apple. Let's stop being hypocrites and face the problem. Stop this unnecessary tracking. If you are being paid, God will judge. Until you listen to what they tell you about life, you know you make get paid. You know they cannot.
The leading candidates are they are all Yorubas. But when the leading candidate that was not contest on the platform that Kanu supports, they were committing to people. Who is the Igbo man that wants to be the governor of Lagos? Who is the Igbo man that is going about traveling people's land? Ask friends and friends that are Yorubas. It is Yoruba people that are traveling their lands. Let us stop this politics that we are playing, deceiving ourselves. We cannot change Nigeria without being honest. This tribalism is meant to give APC power. And I'm speaking of someone that has documented hatred for PDP. So you cannot say I'm speaking because Nigeria has an Igbo problem. And we have to be honest about it. Nigeria has at that moment of the Civil War, Nigeria was not there for us. And please, in summary, the solution to the issue is rule of law. Everybody should be subjected to the law. When you violate the law, you should be treated as someone that has violated the law. The law should not look at you as a reformer. The law should not look at you as a elder man. The law should not look at you as a Muslim or Christian. Let us be honest in ourselves. Saying no is my radical person. So tomorrow, if you want to be governor of Lagos State, you will say that you changed law. This is politics that is going on. And if we are not honest to address it, we will continue to live this demonic poison that has destroyed this country. This whole generation has helped my generation. And my generation is determined to put an end to it. Thank you.
Because our parents, like our father or mother, and our ancestors, and joint ancestors. Nna, nne gị nwụrụ anwụ, nwanna gị nwụrụ anwụ, abụrụ onye iche. Ofeke ada abụ onye iche, efulefe ada abụ onye iche. Ọ bụrụ nwagide ọsa aka, megide ajọ ibe, lagide nwunye mmadụ, negide anị ndị mmadụ, wugide mmadụ, negide mpụ, enwere zaba ndị iche. It is practically impossible. Ask any elder. If you blow niche, if you blow niche, you get the daughter. Yeah, go back about. But I'm reaching at 2 points. I mean, was not now. What am I alone here? I'm a little niche. Now, what am I alone niche? I'm a little too. Or I'm alone about Osaka, or I'm a little too. The essence of our ancestors, what they do is to intercede for us. If they can intercede for you. If they cannot intercede for you. For you to be an Oniche in Igbo culture, you must live upright. This message can hurt many people, but I don't care. The truth has to be spoken. I see some people like God in the on another mother and a back on a good mother on a margin on a man who need teaching was supposed to go on and not a lady. After the Munajan, you tell the people to one, to no need to call. I don't work in a book. We was a visible mother war, or visible war, I don't matter war, or larger war. Or maybe no more. You can never join the League of the Ancestors. Most of them can have one of our I think you need a detailed one. I think you can learn the Golan. Why? I think you get an idea and get 2 years in a jar. 2 years. Why? Because not a large event, not a local. Most of them, their soul will be trapped forever. I'm not putting I'm not doing, but most times we are loyal to our feelings. If I knew, many of my forefathers have been teaching. If you grow it, already can see them. Just like look at the Catholic Church, for example. You know, they have a version of sainthood. Actually, it was borrowed from the African culture. No, but let's leave it that way. Only we know I can't teach on the sense. Sorry. And when they ask in a lazy bond, and then one power. But according to the story that they told us, they lived upright. The likes of St. Padre Pio, where the lazy bond, St. Francis of Assisi, where the lazy bond, St. Matthew, St. Peter, St. Andrew. Why? These were people that lived upright on earth before they died. So, even though what you're going to Imagine in ordinary na some so in the one because ordinary get buying ordinary for that blueprint that predates everyone. That philosophy that governs our existentialism here on earth. We need to go, we need more men now, we go no we go ni can in the answer to one going and what or going. So it's okay, you don't need to again about one name about one name is simple. Emily Ajifin, Solia. Emily Kubis again. Oh, yeah. Oh, what it was?
This is from Biafra's Got Talent. We are letting Biafrans know the reason why we should remember those who gave their lives for us, those who died that we may live.
You died to end my suffering. You died fighting for my freedom. Your blood is the seed of redemption. You are my inspiration.
The deed no longer them, military shots at them. 67 to 70, we remember them. 2016, 38 May, memory still lives in our mind till today. Wonder why they refuse to publicize the genocide. The world media turn blind eyes to our plight. It's time to arise, land of the rising sun. Let's rise one more time, let's rise.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Those who gave their life for us. Onitsha massacre, Iwata massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Tell them I can't tell. Remember when me tell you say I can't tell. Yeah, I remember that what I call a Sabrus Mero. But the way you put like a papa nuku. But then the way you me tell you what I look pandi, what pandi Samiro, me tell you what I day. For me the fall and the rest of man I tell you what I me no back and forth, me tell them
Fallen heroes, I want to promise you something today. We must fight together, no retreat and no surrender. We must hold them down till the end of time. The most important thing is that we will restore Biafra. May your soul rest in peace.
I look up to the sky with tears in my eye. For other Biafrans, if for freedom had to die, we will never forget you as the days go by. You are always in my heart, will never be apart. They fought for our freedom, they died for our freedom. They fought the Nigerian soldiers in the war front, without food, without guns, for our freedom, for our life, for our own good, for our children. We love them, our heroes, we want them.
My heart bleeds when I saw them slain. Where will I be now, if not then? They will remain indelible in my heart, forever, 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 and ever, and ever, and ever.
We serve in your plantation, and the way you paid us back with your bloody starvation. We bled in our history, that the death of my people is a mystery. No going back to get to a victory. I had a voice now call for vengeance. I never get bummed, I'ma blow like a vengeance.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Those who gave their life for us. Onitsha massacre, Iwata massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Where will I be now? If not you, you died at Mali.
They were starved to death because of our freedom, and they paid the debt for our freedom. Flag high for those that died in the genocide, fighting for you and I. There is pain in our heart, we bleeding inside, tears in the eyes for our fallen heroes.
This is for my fallen heroes. Give them a patient people. It's like I'm looking at myself in the mirror. Cause to be a cast, I need to be a nurse. If we did not retire,
They paid the ultimate price. They died for me, for the freedom of my unborn child.
conquer us. Yeah, you know what it is. We must revenge, and we must stand to represent